SB181 in my frame that I've read through the bill, and tried to understand its particulars, really does two things. One is that the COGCC, the regulatory agency at the state level on oil and gas issues, that the authority for them to act has been changed somewhat. It no longer favors production over health and environmental issues, which is the way it's written now, but instead puts health and environmental issues in a position where the COGC can consider them as priority issues. In other words, can change that algebra that's happening now. To me, that really does nothing, because we have oil and gas agencies in other states that already were operating under that authority, that change, to put health and safety first, and it hasn't mattered, because all they do is have to explain how they're putting health and safety first with additional regulatory safeguards. Doesn't matter, it's still coming out of the ground. And the second thing is this local control piece. Mostly, to me, that local control piece is about the where extraction occurs. There's been a big fight between municipalities and states over land use planning laws and how those are affected by state oil and gas prerogatives. And so in Pennsylvania there's been a fight, in Ohio there's been a fight, but it's mostly about regulating where it goes. And so it's important that the where is there, because you don't want oil and gas wells next to elementary schools and different places that the community feels they shouldn't go. But it doesn't matter where you put them as long as they're extracting. If your issue is climate, the climate change impacts are happening no matter where you put them. You're still extracting the oil and gas. So that climate piece is the most important thing to me, which is that you got to leave it in the ground. It's not about the where. You can arrange for the where, but you're still extracting and still combusting. And it's not brain surgery. It's like you extract it, you combust it, and it fries us. I mean, that's the math. It doesn't take a brain surgeon to understand that A plus B equals C. And I think that's, yes, I mean, there's other concerns, but the climate stuff is one thing they can't fix. So a lot of times in the environmental field, we end up putting stuff forward that eventually it costs them money to fix, but they fix it however they can. Like methane emissions in some places. Well, we'll just spend a little more money to try to fix that. And we're constantly putting stuff up that the corporations begrudgingly will, if they have to, will spend money to fix them. Climate you can't fix. You pull the stuff out of the ground, you combust it, it's going to fry the planet. It's frying the planet now. I was just in Florida. They have flooding in Miami after usual rain events now. You know, a foot of water flooding southern Miami, and those people are still in denial. They're like, oh, it's just seasonal. No, it's not seasonal. This is it. This is the new world. It's happening now. We don't have to wait for it. So I think the where is important for some things, but it doesn't make a bit of difference for climate change stuff, because you're still extracting it. The question is how we're going to extract it and what powers you're going to give to municipalities. So that new Senate Bill 181 would not have changed the Longmont decision. Senate Bill 181 could have been in place 10 years ago, 7 years ago, and it wouldn't have changed the Colorado Supreme Court's decision overriding Longmont, Broomfield, and Lafayette and these other places, because you can't ban them. You could wear it, determine where the location was, but you can't ban it. That's still off limits. It was interesting. I mean, I think Mayor Lee had sent me that piece about the Democrats had originally put that legislation forward, or the idea of a legislation forward. The PROTECT Act, yes, which would have given power to municipalities to ban oil and gas extraction. So the Democrats, it's like a straw pony. We put it forward. This is what we really believe. No, now we're in power. This is what we're actually going to do. And it becomes a negotiation between the oil and gas industry and the politicians. And the piece that they have to negotiate with is you, to negotiate away. They negotiate away your rights because the pressure is not being brought on them by you. The pressure is coming from the other side, which is the industry. So they negotiate away what they need to, but what they're negotiating away is you.